What's up, everybody? It's round one, game two of Discovery Cup. We've got Seppra, the Infernal player in the lower left, and Dewaltoss, the Vanguard player in the upper right, playing on Boneyard. So in game one, we saw the Hexen and the Scout kind of have a face-off, and the Scout, the Scout sort of won. Losing the Hexen, I think, is a bigger deal for the Infernal player than losing a Scout is. It ended up being a draw where they killed each other, just because the Skull of Shadow does that damage over time. But yeah, losing the Skull of Shadow is huge, especially when it comes to creeping for the Infernal player. Getting those fiends out and adding that DPS is pretty useful. So we do see an Iron Vault go down for Sepp, and we do see 4 overcharged Bobs. Now, are they going to try and take the health camp, or are they just going to build... Okay, they are just going to build a command post. Not perpendicular to Luminite Mine. I swear one day we'll get it. One day we'll have people build perpendicular to the Luminite Mine. Now, what those efficiency gains are, I'm not 100% sure. But I know that like it is optimal to have your town hall structure perfectly perpendicular to the Luminite Mine. Okay, so we do get one fiend out. That brute is looking pretty hurt though. Yeah. There we go. 2 fiends. Oh, but is the scout gonna get him? The scout is gonna get him. No. That's annoying. That's so annoying. Does get a Skull of Shadow off on the scout, which is gonna continue to take damage. Yeah, not worth it. Not worth it. Keep the scout back. Oh, you have to capture the health camp. You have to capture the health camp. Seppra! Alright. Well, we could just watch Fiends chase a scout all the way back home, or we can see that a barracks did go down. Command post is looking good, and another barracks going down. Still no health camp yet from... No health camp yet from DeWalt. And nothing really being built in the main. Alright. But the first Lancer is going to be popping out, and that's definitely going straight for the health camp. And the Scout must have gotten a heal flower, because he's going to continue to run around here and be annoying. Going to try and harass. Is he going to get another Brute? No, he didn't. He decided to pop the Brute early. Seppra did, which is... Oh, is he going to get it? No, he's not. Oh, man, that Scout gets away again. But yeah, the advantage to... manually popping a brute is you get 2 fiends at full white health, so that's there's a reward for being skilled enough to recognize like, okay, that's my low health brute, that's the one I want to pop. And yeah, take advantage of that. Still going to continue to chase the scout and maybe get a couple nibbles off. Meanwhile, the Lancer does go down trying to take the health camp. Now, is the scout going to turn and fight? Probably should. Oh, is the... Oh, right. So for fiends, their white health will slowly dissipate as they're off Shroud. So 3 fiends, knowing that they're no match for overcharged Bobs, on top of the 3 Lancers and the Scout, are just going to go all the way back home. But at home, Seppra's got 2 Brutes, 2 Gaunts, and he feels like that's enough to take these Shadow Demons. I'll actually agree. I know in this patch the Shadow Demons got a big health buff, but they didn't get much in the way of like a damage buff. So it does take longer to take them, but it's not any more of a threat necessarily as it was pre-patch. But he takes the Vision Camp. What's being built at home here? Here we go. Yeah, 2 Iron Vaults and a Clown Cave. Yeah, nothing spectacular. No T2 just yet. Meanwhile, what do we got? Do we have any Exos? No, but we do have... Oh, Kinetic Redirection as the first tech coming out. You must want a really like Lancer-heavy composition. We'll see how that works out. Lancers do incredibly well against like basically any Infernal Tier 1 melee unit. And it doesn't seem like those... Well, now that we're up to 6 gaunts, I say that, but... Yeah, the Lancer's doing that small AoE damage. If the units are close enough within the Lancer's arc that they can get good value per hit. But the gang of Lancers is going to take on the Shadow Demons of their own and try to catch up a little bit. They haven't taken the passive Luminite yet, which will be very helpful. But it looks like Dewaltoss got it first. And then they're all just going to go home, recharge their white health, maybe sit on the health camp, top up their health, but nope. Maybe not. Alright, the Lancer are going to do a little me and the boys, going to retake this camp. Now, Seppra knows that it's being taken. And he's got a Magmadon. I don't think he might think that it's just a bunch of Exos up here. He doesn't want to get his Magmadon that just finished producing to get kited. Basically for nothing. Waiting until you have a high enough unit count so that a Magmadon can survive to get into the front line. And then start doing its little stompy stomps is probably worth doing. Again, a lot of these units recharging their white health. Dewaltoss thinking about going up and retaking and taking that Luminite camp for himself, but oh, he had such a good choke right there. I think he could have fought in that choke just fine. Yeah, fighting in a choke point is the way to go for Lancers. We do see a dump promote go down on one of the Lancers, but now DeWalt's out of top bar energy. Effigy goes down just so that the fighters can have that passive white health regen. And he's going to send Dewaltoss home packing and retake his Luminite camp. Meanwhile, a single Fiend is going to go out there and act as a sacrificial Jurassic Park goat. Kind of a canary in the coal mine. Just it's like, all right, is there an army coming? Kind of like what people would do with a single Zergling in SC2. Which I actually kind of like. I wish more people would do that. It's like, okay, you know these get thrown away. That's probably the Fiend that's not going here. Yeah, this Fiend is not going to make it into combat. He's going to be the first one picked off by these Exos. Alright, Seppra picking up this Vision Camp. Yep, there you go. Not a single point of damage was done. Alright, now Hexens, use your Skull of Shadow. Man, not fighting into a camp is a choice, I guess, but Magma goes forth and does stompy stomps. Dewaltoss makes sure to clump up all of his units together just so Seppra can get maximum surface area with his Magma there, which did go down. A lot of these units getting higher up in veterancy though. I don't know if it's a fight that Seppra can win. Second Magma goes down, and yeah, we're starting to see these Exos put in work. A couple Lancers at the back to wrap up the rest of the army here, and that'll be it. One Fiend makes it home. Yeah, losing a fight against a Vanguard player is really rough. Just because you know you gave so much experience points to those units. So yeah, he's gonna sit home, hopefully retake his health camp. Did put down a third, but made it really close to the Therium, which will be interesting. I wonder if he's just yeah. Well, it's DeWalt that's starved for Therium. Seppra's actually floating a little bit. DeWalt also does have his third up, but not perpendicular to the mine. Come on. I feel like that's going to turn into like this channel's meme is like I'm going to burst a blood vessel if someone like doesn't put their town hall perpendicular to the mine. But that's okay. Quite a scary army over here from DeWalt. Those medtechs could use an energy camp though for that extra energy regen. There you go. That's another way of doing it. So I think it does it. It's the exact same healing that you get from health camp versus the health sentry post. But it is a nice way to conserve mana for the medtech. Sorry guys, I'm still getting over my cold here, so my mind is a little bit fuzzy. Alright, so the Vanguard army pushing that poor little goat around that did nothing wrong. Meanwhile, yeah, here we go. Infernals. Seppra's up and running on his third. Taking the speed camp, but man, this does not look like an army that could face the Vanguard right now. He's the Infernals. He's gotta have more units, definitely. Okay, so the Hellborn will help against the Exos, but at a higher number. Like, he just needs more. Second Conclave coming down. We do see a Hellforge. Let's see. Okay, so he doesn't have the Hellborn upgrade. The Hellborn upgrade applies a dot to anything that gets hit. So they're on fire, and I think they take a couple. Here we go. Let's see. 8 damage per second for 3 seconds. So it deals 24 damage, which is nothing to sneeze at, especially for units that tend to just like sit there, like the Exos that don't really need to maneuver or move around all that much. Like, they'll just continue to keep getting that dot refreshed. But we are going to see the two armies collide, a little bit at least. But Dewalt's going to go ahead and take this Vision Camp as well as the reward for killing that second Shadow Demon. Then he's going to back away. If Seppra doesn't know the position that he's in, I hope he understands it. Like, he has got to build, but you know, you can only force him out so fast. Vanguard army making an interesting split. They might be going up to this the Therium camp, or excuse me, the Luminite camp. Just kind of bully Seppra away from it. Seppra in the meantime, possibly going for the siege camp, possibly. Oh no, he's got to chase off that scout who did finally spot the third in a single Hellborn shot. Will take it down. How much does that do? 50 plus 50 versus structures. That's pretty good. All right, now we're seeing a pretty healthy sized army here. But holy reinforcements! It's like a line of ants. You can see just marching towards the big bad bio ball of our Vanguard player here. That is a lot of Exos. Holy smokes! He's gonna kite out the siege camp. Is this the? Yeah, that is the Skull Squisher, I think. Yeah, and he's gonna get the V5 rocket launcher, aka the sharpened pencil attack vehicle. Now is he gonna push, or is he gonna let the V5 kind of wander on its own? I have seen some people that let the V5 just kind of do its own thing while they attack somewhere else, and then they put their opponent at a decision. Do you want to? Oh, yeah. Those Hellborn shots are gonna be massive against so many Exos. Just because Exos tend to clump up so much, and these Hellborn's got to take some shots. Not against the Lancers, though. Come on, Seppra, you've got Magmas. They're there to tank. You don't want your Hellborns taking all this damage. There we go. Alright, the Magmas get in, start doing their stompy stomps, but they're both quickly taken down. Getting as much AoE as they can possibly get. Haven't dealt with the V5 rocket launcher yet, but the Hellborns are still focusing down the Lancers. Yeah, and the Vanguard army is just too strong. All those veterancy units, and Seppra's going to send another GG for round 1, game 2.